Thrift shoppers all have their own reasons for wearing clothes that might have a little mileage on them. But this high school student doesn't just like saving dollars. For her, she likes to show off her individuality through fashion and the alterations she makes.
So I started thrifting when I was like a baby. Like there was a thrift store at Grace Chapel called New to You, and we would go there at least once a week. Like my mom and I would always go, and my little sister, and we would just like look through everything, and it was so fun. And I always like thought it was so cool that everything was like unique. Like there were rarely ever two of the same thing. I love thrifting because like everything's unique, and it just like feels like a different experience than going to a store, because like that's so like manufactured. Like if you go to Forever 21, it's always like the same like style, and at a thrift store you can find something that was like an old lady's who like was like crazy, and then there's a like teenager stuff, like, you know, it's just like from all these different people. And sometimes it's weird to think about it because like, you know, like who had this before me? That kind of weirds me out. When I go thrift shopping, I like to like, when I go in, I literally just start looking, and I look at everything, like every single piece, like, because a lot of people when they shop, they like just like kind of glance at stuff, like they glance at a rack and they're like, oh, that's nice, that's, you know, but like I like look through each thing like individually and like pull it out and like see if it has any stains, because that's one of the issues you can have like at a thrift store, is like it can have a hole or it can have a stain or like some weird like print on it, or like, you know. So I pull everything out and I look at it, and like I don't judge by size at all, because I always feel like there's no one size at a thrift store because it's from so many different places. So like I feel like I don't judge by like what it's supposed to be. Like I just look through everything.
Ella Pretty isn't afraid to buy clothes off the rack at a thrift store. In fact, every piece of clothing she buys, she sees as an opportunity to create something.
I love embroidering. Like when I was little, I loved sewing, and then like it's been super like trendy to like embroider stuff, and I've seen a lot of stuff on Pinterest, so I thought I would like do that because I had all the materials. So I started embroidering like sweatshirts and t-shirts, and like for Christmas this year, from all my friends, I made sweatshirts with the college they're going to, and like embroidered the name of it, and that was really cute. So I just like, it's so unique, and like it's so fun to have something that like you made, and people be like, oh, I like your shirt, and you're like, thanks, I made it. Like that's really cool to me. I really like having control of my look. Like I don't like going to a bunch of stores and paying a lot of money, and I'm a cheap person. Like I'm so cheap, and I save so much money. And thrifting, I feel like I would thrift even if I wasn't so cheap, but I just love having like a unique look. Like something that's super important to me is like being unique, and like I feel like everyone wears the same things a lot, and I just, that's not me. Like I want to like people to be like, oh, that's Ella's style.
Just about everyone tries to find ways to show off their personality. Ella Pretty is no different. Instead of expressing herself through art or sports, she chooses to wear her expression on the clothes she reinvents. I'm Hafsa Malik, NBC News.